So if you're like me and most of my friends, you are probably playing Marvel Rivals, and you might actually hate Jeff the Shark right now, but that's the wrong opinion. That's just the baby. But you might also be a MCU fan and you might not know who some of these characters are. So I want to walk you through some of the characters' comic origins so you can get all up to date and know all these lovable characters, because I am super excited about a lot of them.
Help is on the way. Spider-Bots, go!
So first off, I'm going to start us off with Cloak and Dagger, respectively, kind of together just because they are together. But I'm so excited to see them in a game because I know a lot of people didn't watch their show, so this is a lot of people's first introduction to Cloak and Dagger. Tyrone was a really good student growing up. He had a stutter growing up, so he ended up like being close to one kid named Billy who helped him try to work through his stutter. There was a robbery at a store nearby, and they kind of assumed that when the police showed up that they might end up being blamed for the crime even though the perpetrator had run off. So Billy runs off when the police get to the crime, and Tyrone tries to explain that they were just, you know, walking by, but his stutter is so bad that the police end up shooting his friend and Billy ends up dying. And because of this, Tyrone runs away to New York City. Tandy was born in Ohio and has a model of a mother. She's not a model role model. She's a model as in like a fashion model, who is rich because of her own career and her husband's estate. Tandy's dad, who is that husband, had run off to India to go on a soul searching journey and had left her with the mother. This all leaves Tandy feeling super unloved, and she also runs away to New York City. At the Port Authority bus terminal, Tandy actually gets robbed, and while Tyrone was also thinking about robbing her, instead he goes and saves her life from this robber. And that gets them to become friends. Because Tandy is a little bit naive because she comes from a rich family, she says yes to try out a designer drug test because they would get money from it. And Tyrone goes with her because he's nervous for her and wants to protect her. This drug called D-Line is like a designer cocaine kind of thing. It ends up giving them their superpowers. So Tyrone becomes Cloak and is like this being of darkness, and then Tandy gets her daggers of light. So they're light and dark, sun and moon, all those good relationship tropes. But then the two teams dub themselves Cloak and Dagger. They try to focus specifically on drug-related crime. And then we have the baby himself, Jeff the Shark. Which he is very much a thrown in character. He has not a whole lot. His comics don't have words in them for the most part, especially like nowadays when they have like the Jeff the Shark comics. Alligator Loki's kind of the same, where they don't have like real words besides like Jeff's name. Jeff was created by MODOK and he was adopted by Gwenpool. So he was Gwenpool's pet land shark for a very long time. He then ended up with Elsa Bloodstone, who if you do watch the MCU, you would remember from Werewolf by Night. She's the one in the orange jacket. But then she is returned to Gwen, who Gwen then, worried that she's not going to get a solo run comic anymore, gives Jeff to Deadpool so that Jeff is safe from like not having a standard run. He's with a superhero who has like a franchise, which is very funny because Gwen does not like Deadpool. So nowadays Jeff is owned by Kate Bishop, and during the comic runs that are happening right now, he is still currently owned by Kate Bishop. And he also bonded with a symbiote for a little while. He's not anymore, but he was like fine when he was bonded with it, and that hopefully will be a skin here in the near future. We have Luna Snow, who is a Korean pop star. Her way. She kind of Hannah Montana's her way between being a superhero and like a K-pop star. She uses the money that she earns as a K-pop star to help her grandma who is sick. She attends a Stark Industry event and she's locked in a freezer there, and then gets her powers from that. After that, she was dubbed Luna Snow by the press and then has her now superhero K-pop career that she has going on. Next we have Magic, who is Alania. She is the younger sister of Colossus and also a mutant. She was kidnapped as a kid and kind of raised for a little bit. She ended up being 13 when she left, but she was raised in Limbo by the person who kidnapped her, and that's where she learned a lot of her magic. She is also the Sorcerer Supreme of the Limbo dimension. There are Sorcerer Supremes in a lot of different dimensions. Steven is just Earth. But she's also a part of the X-Men and all that stuff. We have Psylocke, who is a British mutant. Her name is Elizabeth, or Betsy. She grew up and idolized her big brother, who was a race car driver, more than her actual twin brother. Eventually she does end up pursuing a career in modeling in New York City, and that is when her mutant powers actually activated. Her powers are telepathy, by the way. Her parents ended up dying in an explosion, but her and her brother got away, and then she became a charter pilot for a little while. But on one of those trips, her and her brother almost died, so then she kind of just ended up going to the X-Men mansion and becoming a superhero, So Doreen Green, aka Squirrel Girl, is the best girl ever. I love her very much personally. She is the one that has the powers of a squirrel and a girl, and she can talk to animals, but mostly she just talks to squirrels. Her name comes from her parents, Dorian and Maureen. They just shortened their name when they couldn't figure out what to do, so they called her Doreen. They looked into it. She's not actually a mutant, even though like it makes sense that she would be a mutant, but she's not. When she was 10, she realized she could talk to squirrels or animals in general. She became friends with this girl called Monkey Joe, who like made her kind of go into like being a superhero. When she was 14, she had a run-in with Iron Man, which was kind of like her first like superhero thing. They're still friends to this day, her and Iron Man. They were attacked by Doom. She helped him fight Doom and then ultimately beat Doom because Doom underestimated her. She is called the unbeatable Squirrel Girl for a reason. Then she moved to New York City and she was a part of the Great Lake Avengers, but she might be unassuming and you might think she's silly because she has Squirrel Girl powers. The list of characters she has beaten is ridiculous. She's beaten Thanos, she's beaten Doom, she's beaten Galactus, and now they're like besties. She's defeated Ratatasker, who is the Asgardian squirrel that climbs up and down Yggdrasil. Very cool. They reference it in the game. When Loki and Squirrel Girl are talking, they talk about Ratatasker, which is actually Doreen fighting her with Jane and Thor, but like Loki knows because Loki and Doreen are besties, so. Quite literally, and Loki says it, one of his only friends, and that is Doreen Green. And then finally we have Galactica, who is not actually Galactus, it is the daughter of Galactus, and she is estranged from him, but she is living on Earth as a human teenager, and she does possess the comic hunger as her father does, but all she wants to do is live like a normal human life. So she only consumes the biomasses from aliens that threaten Earth. But I'm glad she's in it, and it's really cool to see her, and her design's super cute, so love that for her. But she does not like eating planets, so if you do fan art where she wants to eat a planet, she is kind of like the vegetarian of Galactus. But I hope this gives you a little lore with your new game, and I hope you guys enjoy this, and comment who your main is down. I want to hear what everybody's playing, who you guys like, and who you guys want to see in Marvel Rivals in the future. Be sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Remember to stay geeky. Bye!